I was always into the arts as a kid. Like I was always drawing and writing stuff and building things. So it was kind of like a natural progression for me. It was just like, oh, I get to create with some new set of tools. Oh, okay, cool. I picked up like, saw friends, old camera and hey, let's make a little cheesy zombie movie. All right. And that's pretty much how it started for me. A lot of my stories are set in New York. A lot of when I want to make films, a lot of them are set in New York because it's the city I know. It's the town that I know. It's so I'm obviously much more comfortable in New York. I wouldn't be opposed to taking a job out in Los Angeles or Toronto but for the most part, yeah, I would like to stay in NYC. This is home for me. I was born here. And my family's all here. And that's actually quite important to me to have my family close by because they're such a great support system, and my friends are also a fantastic support system. And since we're all here, it just makes sense for me to stay here. I mean, if I were to go out to LA, I'd be on my own, and I would probably be just fine. But it's just not the same. It's always better when you have your friends and family around. But I decided to pursue filmmaking at the age of 13. I was in my cousin's house. She had a bunch of her friends over, and she comes out of her room. She's got this giant this is back when everybody still watched VHS, and she came with this giant VHS cassette thing, and she's like, "Hey, everybody's got to watch this movie." And it was The Evil Dead. It was the original Evil Dead. And sure enough, she put it in, and for the next 80 plus minutes, myself and all my cousin's friends, we were all just like, we were just a mess of like laughing and screaming our heads off. And watching it and seeing that it was very budget, it was obvious that it was very budget, but it was just, I was so like enamored by it. I was just like, man, that's what I want to do. And so that was pretty much where it started for me. I like the kinds of movies that I make because what I'm attempting to do is kind of bring the thought in terms of story and plot and creating, three-dimensional characters that you would expect in most kind of much more serious dramatic or personal films, but then also combine that with the kind of excitement and terror and outrageousness of horror movies of like the 80s and stuff like that. The most recent filmmaking project that I worked on would be my good friend Veronica DeFeo's her second short film called PMS. Currently editing that now. You never have enough materials, obviously. Like, we love to do a movie where it's just like, oh, it'd be a fountain of blood spews out in the person. And, we only have like enough for like maybe a gallon. And yeah. So it's never having enough materials or being able to afford the proper materials to do to really kind of go for it. But I don't really think that stops us at all.
No, I mean, we just get creative.
Yeah, creative ways to get around not having a lot of money. For my feature film Siotmak, there was a scene where a character gets stabbed in the foot. And normally this would be like a big prosthetic thing that would have like pumps in it and hoses, and I couldn't afford that. It made the movie for nothing. So what I did is I went to the local Halloween store and I got a fake foam rubber foot and cut a section out and filled a condom and put the condom in the section that got cut out, and then put a sock over that because he was in his socks in the scene when he was dying.
It looks pretty good.
And actually I was the one who stabbed it because we didn't have the actor at the time. So I had to put like the costume on just over my arm because it couldn't get any further up. And there I had the knife and I was like, all right, stab, and then stab through it. And it kind of came up a little bit, but it ended up kind of soaking out through the bottom a little bit because it was foam.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, but you made it look good.
I tried.
You made it work.
I tried.
We go to the Halloween store a lot, actually.
Yeah, the Halloween stores are our best friends.